So that video, the 6-hour video, 6:43 video had most of the audio from the Walt Disney YouTube video, which I'm gonna download at Telegram because it's important. Shit, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I do come. I don't mind having poor hearing. You know, my hearing aids work well, and they don't show. I don't mind this. Father is a really good movie. It stars Kevin Hart. I think Viola Davis is his mother-in-law. Good movies on Netflix. I think
You know, I don't remind. I don't. Just in pain. Hi, honey. I've got the overnight video. It's 6 hours long so far. 6:41. I listened to most of the Walt Disney YouTube video and got the audio on this too. I took the ear tip off the right hearing aid, and I could hear it just fine through just the regular tubular tip on it. So I put fresh new tips, and I'm gonna soak those in warm soap and water to clean because they don't look clogged or anything. Hi, honey. I've got the overnight video.
Power on.
I'm stupid. Right. Oh. I don't know what it means when you get a lot of reverb. When you put something up near your ear, it whistles. I think it's that the volume's too high, but I can't get it down. Feels a little better. I heard one beat, and now my right ear is like a volume that it was on other days, and my left ear is higher. But I'm not getting any reverb on my left ear. I wasn't getting it. I'm not. Okay. Shit, I could. No. Right. No, thank you. No. Oh, no. Oh. I hoped. I wondered. Well, no. Maybe. Or private, whatever. Hidden people. I don't know how you hide from joining a list. I guess it's probably easy to a computer expert. For your computer. I don't know, probably. Well, they do give you the rules and stuff. I guess it is a little. Oh, well. Doesn't sound all that interesting. No, I know. Probably. Oh. Well, you probably write a program for certain types of hard drives, and then vary it. I don't know. I missed that. I don't know, it's finite. That's true. Did that. It's just language rules, simple rules. I don't know. I must have seen it. Did we ever have any reason to believe that? Isn't it maybe your thing? Think? Brain? Oh, They just don't look into it. It's just not. They believe magazines, TV, and newspapers. He didn't seem to know. I forgot. I haven't seen any plumpness from you. Not. Oh. Now I remember. No, not really. I like it, I like it. Don't do it. No, I guess I never thought so. Brown, well, brown, brown. Turkey, you. Me, I guess. John, A. John. Uh-huh. Apparently. Only? Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not sure. Uh-huh. No, yeah. Uh-huh. I don't know. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. That's what she thinks. Okay. Am I? Yeah, there's one. Actually. B? Oh. Maybe it? Alright. Return. Charge for a lot. Probably. Well, 10 or 15. Two. That's right. What does this mean? Oh, that was a difference. Oh, shit, fuck. all of Alex Constantine's books on thrift books, and there are 2, 4, hold on, 5 are all out of stock. Oh no. Well, I'm gonna get on the wish list for all of them. Alright. I don't know who that is. That's the first one. Oh. I would say, I don't know. I could do that. I'd look at it. Ah, come on. They credit Alex Constantine with a book called The Jackals, or just Jackals. It was written in 2016, and it's an overview of fascism and history and stuff, and examples in modern times, like OKC and stuff. Well, I don't know. But, I don't know. There is a paradigm where original really good authors like Harrison Edward Livingstone and Tim Weiner and possibly Alex Constantine were put underground in plexiglass prisons, and their identities were taken over. There has been something like that in this. No synopsis. That's gotta be good. Blood Carnage and the Agent Provocateur is 1993 by Alex Constantine. I've never heard of it. I had the other 3 books, Psychic Dictatorship in the USA, Virtual Government, CIA Mind Control, and the Covert War Against Rock, but I never heard of Blood Carnage and the Agent Provocateur. I got all my books, no, I got one book, I think, at Barnes and Noble or something. But anyway, I would otherwise buy my books from Feral House. It's a publisher, Feral. So if this Blood, Carnage, and the Agent Provocateur wasn't on Feral House, that may be why I never heard of it. So I'm on the waiting list for four books. I'm not gonna buy the Jackals. Yeah. Okay. When I have the music playing, my voice is too loud, and I apologize. You can. I'll try you then. It's very... Oh, shit. Fuck me. Oh, boy. Shit. Right. Yeah, Amazon has a lot of Alex Constantine, but they don't have the Agent Provocateur book. But I can get shit. Right, I want... Oh, I get these three. Well, he was just a little peep. Well, I'd like to have both. Shit. There's a book, The Essential Mae Brussel. There's a book called The Essential Mae Brussel. I had never heard of Mae Brussel until I was on the control list. Alex Constantine was on there. I would look up whatever website he had to see what his articles were and stuff. And he mentioned that he was a Brussels sprout. And he explained, fans of Mae Brussel, or friends of, because I think he knew her personally. But this book, The Essential Mae Brussel, Investigations of Fascism in America. They have paperbacks and Kindle. I don't know about all of them. The description is, May's work may be more relevant now than in her heyday. Like those of many other freedom fighters throughout history, the ghost of Mae Brussell will never rest till justice is served. Tim Cahill. Quote, the main Brussels thesis, if I dare risk commit the sin of summary on our complex work, was that an ex-Nazi scientist, old boy, OSS clerk in the CIA using mafia hitman changed the course of American history by bumping off one and all, high and low, who became an irritant to them. Warren Hinkle, San Francisco Examiner columnist. The Essential Mae Brussell is a compilation of chilling essays and radio transcripts by the seminal American anti-fascist researcher famously supported by John Lennon and Yoko Ono. The seminal American anti-fascist researcher. I didn't know Mae Brussell. I wonder if that's true. Because Mae was 40s or 50s, right? She's all over YouTube. Mae Brussell, MaeBrussell. She did a radio show once a week, somewhere in coastal California. And, boy, she was just loaded with information. And just look up her name and there are all kinds of... I've watched several of her, YouTube videos of her radio program. I think some, you see a picture of Mae on the screen and some, yeah, I guess that's it. Right. Huh, fuck. Shit. This description. Mae Brussell was a married housewife with 5 children living in Southern California before she took up the study of fascism in America. After the Kennedy assassination, she purchased the 26-volume Warren Commission report and compiled for herself evidence that Lee Harvey Oswald was, as he maintained after his arrest, a patsy. Now, that was Jim Garrison's conclusion too. In fact, that Jim Garrison, on the trail of the assassins, suggested that Oswald may actually be a hero. Mae, she had a regular radio broadcast on KLRB, an independent FM radio station in Carmel, California. She also published articles in Paul Krasner, KRASSNER', The Realist, Hustler, People's Almanac, and the Berkeley Barb. And Paul Krasner's. In 1983, Mae's hour-long program shifted to KAZU-FM in Pacific Grove, California, where she remained on the air weekly until her final broadcast in June 1988. On October 3rd, 1988, at 66, Brussell died of cancer. Let's see, where do I know that? Alex Constantine must have written about Mae Brussell at one time. Or this is something she retold a friend or something. Anyway, whatever. Mae went across the street to give a welcome to the new neighbors who had just moved in with a pie or something. And she noticed all they had was like big boxes, like big black electronics boxes and stuff and devices. scattered throughout the living room. There was no furniture. And after they moved in, she was dead within 6 months of cancer. I forget what kind of cancer it was. Anyway. Oh, the publisher is Feral House. Of the Mae Brussel one. Okay. Anyway. I didn't know she was still broadcasting in the 80s. I don't know when she started. So maybe it was the 60s. Oh, after Kennedy. She probably started a couple years after Kennedy. But I would never have heard of her until Alex Constantine said he was a Brussels sprout. Not this exact moment. Also, for $43, I got Alex Constantine's Psychic Dictatorship in the USA and Virtual Government and the May Brussels book for $43 on Amazon. They're all new paperbacks. Alex Constantine is one of the authors of the May Brussels book. I could look at the May. I probably actually do. Bumps. There were some bumps. Nothing. No. That shit. I think that speaks a lot for him. No. I forgot. I don't know. I have never seen it before. Oh, there it is. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah, I should. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, I'm not on premium. Is that Annie? Shit. You're pretty. What the fuck does that mean? Oh. Shit. Gold? Wait a minute. Okay, who's doing this? Right. Uh-huh. A miracle would be nice. All of you? So pretty. Oh, comments. Dutch. Let's play that. Right. Ow. God. Oh, I have. Pardon me. Well, he's special to me. I don't think I've posted when I've talked about it. This book was, no. I forget. I read John Denver's autobiography. I had, just wasn't a pause for political stuff to read or anything. And, so I was reading biographies of mostly of celebrities from the library. And it was kind of depressing. I don't know why. And in Annie's Son he talks about, doesn't he? He had cheated on his wife. And I guess that's what they divorced over. But they're just having their 50th anniversary, their 50th wedding anniversary. I mean, John Denver has passed.
Hello, Moto.
I thought something. I think it's that. John Denver, this was 50th wedding anniversary was June 9th, 2017. Mhm. 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 His dad was in the military. And then. Mhm. 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 Oh shit. Mhm. Hmm. Wait a minute. Okay, wait. There we go. Mhm. Mhm. So far, I haven't found any Mae Brussel videos on YouTube. Okay. Right now, I subscribe to a channel that has her one radio program on Marina Oswald on where she's being interviewed. Pardon me. But the same guy that I subscribe to that has the Mae Brussel interview has a video called Stanley Kubrick, Steven Spielberg, and Hollywood as a Weapon.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected. Dodge this.
And now, welcome to another episode of Down the Rabbit Hole. Here's your host from federaljack.com. It's Popeye.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change. I don't know the future. I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin. I'm going to show these people what you don't want them to see. I'm going to show them a world without you. A world without rules and controls, without borders or boundaries. A world where anything is possible. Where we go from there is a choice I leave to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for another edition of Down the Rabbit Hole. I am your host, Popeye. On this edition of DTRH, I'm going to be playing my interview that I did with Jay Dyer, author, researcher, comedian, all-around interesting individual. We had an extraordinary interview back in December, the beginning of December of 2016. As you all know, I've been on hiatus for a while. And now that I have the YouTube channel fixed, that was part of the problem. The YouTube channel was under attack by YouTube for a while, and first I wasn't able to upload, and then I got that back. And
I'm going to pause the radio program about Steven Spielberg and Stanley Kubrick, and I'll leave the video running. Excuse me, BRB.
and I had to fix a ton of my videos, a couple hundred of them, because they were all muted. Archives of shows because of my intro. Hence why this intro is a little bit different. But I'm keeping the audio intro as is intact in full. If you download the audio archive, if you just want the audio, and you go to PopeyeRadio.com, you can download the audio from the show without any video, and it has the full intro in it. I know some people don't like the intro, so I guess the YouTube version's better for you. But if you're, a hardcore fan, and if you appreciate the intro and the reason why it's there, and the message and the tone that it sets for the rest of the show, and that's what you like, and I like it, I'm still going to be using it, even though YouTube hits it with copyright strikes out the yin yang, and hence why the videos are muted in all countries and banned. It was just ridiculous. I threw a screen capture video I did a couple months ago up of it, and it took me a while to fix all this stuff, because of course you go in and you want to fix it all in like one day, and you have a certain amount that you're allowed to fix, and then they cut you off. It's ridiculous. And I know everybody that's been paying attention to the alternative media right now knows what I'm talking about, or whatever it's called. I shouldn't call it the alternative media, because I guess that's got kind of negative connotations to it now. Whatever. This thing that we do, YouTube's been attacking channels, although I see everybody really complaining about demonetization. I've always said, don't monetize your channel and it won't be a problem. Don't make income coming into your channel how you fund things. You have to figure out other ways to do it. I've never monetized any of my channels. I've been doing this 10 years, at least. What is it, 2017? It's going on 11 years now. So, I've never monetized any of my channels, because that would be the first thing that they would take away from us back in the day if we even tried. They wouldn't even let us do it to begin with. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't do it. So it doesn't matter. There's no point in it. It's not why I do this. I don't do this for money. Anyway, so I see that's how they're attacking the people now, is they're going after the ads. Even though Google didn't have a problem making money off of AdSense for all those years before, and now suddenly their sponsors are pissed off because they don't want their message appearing next to certain videos. And I can understand if it was like some sort of terrorism related video where they're literally chopping someone's head off, but I mean, some of the videos that they're going after, that the YouTube channels are going after, obviously it's for the content, whether it's their politics or whatever they talk about, even if it's not political. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And by the way, why would YouTube even allow the terrorist videos to be on there? They'll take down one of my videos or mute one of my videos for 30 seconds of audio inside of an intro to my radio show and now podcast, and yet a terrorist video with like like a training video and propaganda and recruitment and all this stuff that can stay on there. Oh well, it slips past our censors. How it's all algorithms. How does it slip past your censors? If you type in block videos exposing the Council on Foreign Relations, or block all videos with the hashtag CFR in it, or not even a hashtag, just the tag on the video, CFR, boom. I mean, they can do that at YouTube. We've been talking about the algorithms doing this for like 10 years. I remember back when I first started talking about this, years and years and years ago. I'm going to have to go dig the videos out and just make a little side segment, cut it out, and put it up with the older videos from years ago, where I was talking about YouTube doing this, and people thought I was crazy. Oh, there's no way they're blocking things. There's nobody sitting at Google pressing a button. No, it's a computer. You really think it's just one individual? And maybe back in the day it was one or two people, or somebody here or there clicking a mouse. Click, done. Not anymore. It's all algorithms. So they can block you, as I said, you're looking for like CFR. They can block that, not a problem. So, anyway, stay tuned for new videos, previously unreleased interviews, and a bunch of archives from when I was doing live radio that I haven't gotten a chance to get rendered and put up in video format on YouTube. And whenever a new video pops up on YouTube, the accompanying audio will be available over at popeyeradio.com for free to download. So if you see something pop up on YouTube, the audio will always be available. As soon as it's available on YouTube, the audio will always be available for download over at popeyeradio.com. Just remember that. With that in mind, let's get to the main event. Here's my interview with author and researcher Jay Dyer. Check his book out, Esoteric Hollywood, and go check his work out over at jaysanalysis.com. First and foremost, Jay, let me welcome you to Down the Rabbit Hole. As I said to you earlier, you do amazing analysis on
Thank you.
on movies and politics and the esoteric and the hidden dark occult, because that's really what you see going on, and that's what you're able to pull out. Like I said, you have this vast amount of knowledge about politics and occult knowledge. You have understanding of the powers that shouldn't be themselves and ritual and modern day, just what's going on in the world, and you're able to take all of this and create this amazing analysis. And as I said earlier, I truly appreciate your work, and I know if I truly appreciate your work, that means that my listeners will truly appreciate it, because they consider my show kind of like a college course. So and I consider your work college level work. It's not basic stuff. Your stuff is very in-depth. So I want to say right off the bat, big thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, you need to get Jay's book. Before, I'm just going to shamelessly plug his book before we even get into it. You'll see why as we go through this interview and you hear what he has to say. But just go get his book, Esoteric Hollywood. Where can they buy it? Before we even get sidetracked into anything else, I know you're selling it directly off your site, right? That's like the best place for people to go?
Yeah, the best way to get it, if you want a signed copy, is to just message me through the blog. My email's there, or Facebook or Twitter, and we can set up how to send you a copy, and that's best for inside the U.S. Actually, if you're outside the U.S., it's going to be a little bit pricier for shipping, but you can get it through Amazon, probably in some other country. Although unfortunately, it's apparently sold out in Amazon UK warehouse. So if you're in the UK, you can't get it from Amazon, unfortunately, but you can get it from me. But it is a little bit pricier, so yeah, people should just message me personally.
And you do autographed copies, right?
Yeah, that's the bonus. It's signed by me, and then it's $30 a copy, which just basically covers the shipping.
So Jay Dyer's book
Bluetooth pairing.
is Esoteric Hollywood. And I'm listening to popeyeradio.com on YouTube. The audio's on YouTube, but it's also on popeyeradio.com, where you can download things for free. My phone just restarted. PopeyeRadio.com has Down the Rabbit Hole. That's the program I was listening to.
Bluetooth connected.
Yeah. Jay Dyer's book is only $14.75 at Amazon. Otherwise, I'd rather buy it at his site for $30 because they get more of the profit. You know, they don't have to pay a distributor. Oh, shit. So I'm buying it on Amazon for $14.75. So I bought the book. He mentions a program on Gaia. That's one of those new pay channels. GAIA. And he has a something like jaysanalysis.com where he has his own program. His own, like, I don't know. jaysanalysis.com. But right now I'm going to go to Popeye.com after I finish the purchase. Going to go to Popeye.com and see about downloading some of the, radio programs. The one I'm listening to on YouTube now is 2 hours and 40 minutes long.
The accompanying audio will be available over at PopeyeRadio.com for free to download. So,
is really just kind of an extension of Hollywood in many ways.
Who owns ABC? Disney.
Disney, yeah.
So the same people that brought you Pirates of the Caribbean are bringing you nightly news. End of story.
Yeah, and Fox News is classed under entertainment. So even I think back in 2012, whoever wrote that kind of viral article about media control, but as of 2012, there were 6 corporations that owned like 90 or 95% of the media.
Yeah, so you're not really
So
getting
there you
extra
go.
content, and most of they all have entertainment ties. So if someone that's bringing you Disney or something to that effect, if they're bringing you CGI entertainment, then they're lying to you. They're the same people. You can't get. I won't trust a news source that comes from somebody that brought me Pirates of the Caribbean. Good movie, but sorry, I just don't really. I'm not doing it. I don't trust it. I know you can make a fake Kraken come out and eat Johnny Depp out of the ocean in a ship. Then guess what? I'm pretty sure you can fake other things too.
Exactly. Yeah, and I mean that's the history of mass media overall. Actually, is long-time ties to military intelligence and to the OSS, which would later become the CIA. I mentioned this many times. William Paley and Sarnoff. These are people from the OSS who are kind of the startup guys at CBS. You've got RKO Pictures, which is Rockefeller's, and this is eventually, if I recall, you get CBS. It gets kind of confusing as to when they all split and became, NBC, CBS, ABC, but it doesn't really matter because it's all pretty much still kind of under the same umbrella. You've got Howard Hughes at one time was heading up RKO Pictures. He's directly tied to the CIA, worked with the CIA in different projects and aerospace stuff. You've got Joseph JFK's dad for a time, I think, either ran or owned RKO Pictures. He was appointed the ambassador to London, so he's like to England, so he's directly connected, obviously, with intelligence and British intelligence. So yeah, I mean, this stuff is all a big sort of intertwined web, and it's not hard to find these kinds of, hard proof connections, right? So it's not like we're stretching credulity here and trying to point these things out. It's all pretty bold faced and out there. And you've had, again, so many people in entertainment just happen to have also worked for intelligence. My buddy John Adams and Chris Kendall over at Hoaxbusters have done several podcasts just based on their research into TV cooks, believe it or not. Like Julia Child worked for the OSS. You've got other TV cook people who have some of these really strange intelligence connections as well. Now you say, well, that sounds ridiculous. I can't believe that. Why would that be? Well, because what these kinds of agencies do is not what most people think. They're not out there trying to hunt down the Reds or the terrorists. They are involved in culture creation, and that's a big part of what my book talks about is culture creation and Food Network and food shows, and food is a big part of culture.
Wow. I didn't even think about that, but bam. Another form of mind control. My mother was right when she called the television the idiot box. She restricted our viewing capabilities to a large degree, to a period of time, because she let us have more free reign when we were younger, and she realized it was starting to affect a lot of things. She saw how it was affecting our thinking, and she didn't like it, so she actually she would force us. She was old school. She would force my brother and I on like summer break to go outside. 8 o'clock in the morning, she'd wake us up and literally throw us out of the house and not let us back in the house until the end of the day. She wanted us to go, use our imagination and think. And she was correct. The TV really is the idiot box. I mean, we know through Flickr 8 and through other things, and through scientific studies and stuff, that literally within about 18 seconds your brain goes into a different state, and you literally go from thinking to being in a downloadable, programmable mode. We are biological computers. It's that simple, and we are programmable. The Matrix wasn't too far off. Really wasn't too far off, especially if you understand quantum physics and you understand we kind of create our own reality. So we create the mess by picture us as we're computers, and Hollywood and the entertainment industry is the programming division of the powers that shouldn't be, and they pump that crap into our brains, and then we push that out because we actually live that. Well, not us, because we've been unplugged, so to speak, but others that are still kind of plugged in do. And I think listening to broadcasts like this, Jay, does help people unplug.
I think so, and one of the reasons that I write on film and sort of pop culture topics is precisely because that's where a lot of people's attention is focused. And before I was doing this, I was doing things more activism related, and trying to write on topics like the Federal Reserve or this or that. And I'm not saying that stuff's bad. I still do talk about those topics, but it's a lot. You can get a lot more attention if you tie those topics into maybe a movie that deals with something related to the Federal Reserve, which actually I have done analyses of. It's not in the book, but I've written analyses in that vein, like the film by Tom Tykwer called The International with Clive Owen and Naomi Watts from a few years ago, which has these kind of bank scandals and scams in the background with connections to intelligence agencies and austerity programs and shock doctrine and this kind of IMF type stuff. So you can find movies where there's even truths about economics. I've not yet seen The Big Short, but everybody says that this is kind of illustrates what happened in 2008. And I have seen what was that movie with Will Smith and Real Guys, Tough Guys, whatever it's called, the comedy. That's actually about the 2008 banker bailout as well. So, surprisingly, there's quite a bit of truth presented in that film. So, you see this stuff all the time, and again, to go back to kind of the spy culture, spies and people in the establishment have for a long time, been writing in fiction what they couldn't get away with writing in fact, and of course, a lot more people are going to see the fiction anyway than read some sort of factual book. So I kind of tried to have the best of both worlds, and try a different approach to kind of waking people up through talking about something that everybody loves, which is movies.
It is a good way to wake people up. I mean, people do watch movies. There's one thing people know about it's either sports or entertainment. Don't ask him who the vice president is. Don't ask him what the president's policies are or what wars we're getting into illegally. But if you ask them about their favorite football team, baseball team, maybe perhaps soccer, and or entertainment / music, movie star, TV star, man, could they tell you every personal tidbit of information about that person? It's like that person's their family member.
Well, I remember even myself, certain movies I watched, like back when I was, say, in high school, I thought they kind of stuck with me, where I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, I remember watching the Godfather trilogy, and at that time, I thought mobsters were just cool, I was, oh, cool, mobsters, yeah. And then, you're watching the movie and you're seeing the Don running black markets and this kind of stuff, and you think, oh, that's a movie. And then as you get older, you've been experienced to, you've experienced a lot more news and some of the real world, and then you start to notice, hey, maybe the real world is actually run kind of like the way the Godfather presents it. And I've written articles to that effect as well. And then other movies stuck with me, like even Conspiracy Theory, with Mel Gibson. I've always thought that was that's not the greatest film, but it's a pretty cool movie. And if you remember, you've got Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart's basically playing the role of an MK Ultra doctor, and they're doing all these weird tests on the Mel Gibson character Jerry in the film, and I always wonder, like, what is going on with that? And then you've got something like Jacob's Ladder, the Adrian Lyne film from 1991 or 3, where you have the same idea of MK Ultra being presented as this guy sort of undergoing and reliving his traumatic experiences from war times, and the MK Ultra experiments are explicitly mentioned in the film. That always stuck with me, and I was like, what is that? What is MK Ultra? Even before I had any idea, back when I was 18 or 19, whenever it was, I bought that VHS movie.
Jacob's Ladder, he says.
And so there's just so many examples of this kind of stuff that I just kind of cataloged away. And as you get older and you're reading about the actual MK Ultra program, you read real books on it, you're like, holy crap, that was in a movie, but that was real. So, hey, I wonder how many other things are in movies that then you watch something like Apocalypse Now and you realize, oh, actually there was a program where they tried to basically create serial killers, right? Guys who would go into villages and just randomly kill people, women and children, called the Phoenix Program. And so Doug Valentine has a whole book on this, and maybe this has some connection to MK Ultra. So you start to realize that a lot of what's in movies, again, obviously not everything, and that's the whole trick on my part, is to suss out reality from fiction. And again, when I think of more examples, Oliver Stone movies come to mind. Obviously, I don't like every Oliver Stone movie, but a lot of those movies did stick with me and kind of make me think. What was the real story behind Heaven and Hell? What was the real story behind El Salvador? What was the real story behind Nixon or whatever?
Did you ever see his movie about the World Trade Center?
Actually, I skipped that one.
Yeah.
No, I have not.
I haven't. Well, I'm a kind of an Oliver Stone fan myself, but I can't bring myself to watch that film because from what I understand, it's pretty much just like it's garbage, and I don't know why he made it. I've heard rumors that he pissed off the powers that shouldn't be, JFK, and they warned him, You know, don't touch 9/11 in any way, shape, or form. You know, it happened the way it happened, and end of story. So I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah, I never looked at it myself. Interesting that you really didn't have any interest in it either.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of laugh when I like Nicolas Cage. I actually think he's a really good actor, but he's also pretty funny. So maybe I should have seen it, given that I do try to watch most of Nicolas Cage's movies, but sometimes these movies just sort of slip by me and I forget about them too.
It didn't appeal.
I haven't even had a chance to see The Big Short, but I've been meaning to watch it.
Yeah, the Stones, that one, World Trade Center, didn't appeal. I haven't seen The Big Short either, but I've heard that it's pretty much like it could be labeled almost like a documentary,
right?
Pretty much for what happened in 2008. There's a bunch of films that are like that, especially now. You go back and watch certain things, you're like, wow. And yes, The International, it's actually a good film to understand how banks actually run things and how wars are started. There's a guy that does a whole speech about wars, being bankers' wars, pretty much, in there. And then he explains to them that's what war is for. You know, it's all about getting the bank to fund both sides and making money and who's really the victor. And their faces as he's explaining all this are priceless, because they're like, you can see the light bulb going like coming on above their head.
They even track down like that old former KGB boss, and they're interrogating him. And he's, if I recall, it's been some years since I watched the movie, but he says something to the effect of, "Oh yeah, you think that I'm some sort of commie threat or something?" He's like, "You don't understand the big banks. Like, you don't understand who's really running this stuff." And I mean, how appropriate is that? Especially in my case, I've been just completed a week or two ago a several month-long series on the entirety of Carol Quigley's Tragedy and Hope. And what is the big thesis of that book? But that the banks pretty much run it all, and they've orchestrated the big wars.
It's very synchronistic that you did that, because I randomly, out of nowhere, I use Audible a lot because I'll be doing multiple things at once. And I've read Gary Allen's book, None Dare Call It Conspiracy, probably about 10 times, but I just listened to it again the other day. And it's funny because you bring up Quigley, and a lot of the stuff we're talking about, he wrote about back in 1971. And he was talking about how the banker wars and everything, or, the wars are banker wars, and he was talking about tragedy and hope, and how people really need to take Quigley seriously. For some reason, there's a lot of people that don't. I don't know why they don't want to read that book. They don't want to. They think he's a kooky professor. Why don't you listen to some of these people that are in positions of power who quote him and think he's such a great guy? Maybe we should pay attention more to his writings. I have the book myself, and it's extremely informative. And I know you just did that whole series on it. Before we go further, plug your YouTube channel. Shamelessly plug your channel and your website, Jay, because people need to hear it. They need to be able to know where to go. And I think watching your videos and listening to your analysis, but not just your interviews that you do, but your analysis itself is important. So go ahead and plug that. Yeah,
so the book is Esoteric Hollywood, Sex, Cults, and Symbols in Film. And you can get the book, like I said, directly from me. There's a tab at the website where you can find my email, where you can message me on Twitter or Facebook, and we'll arrange sending you a signed copy of the book. The website is jaysanalysis.com, and you can subscribe to my lectures and talks there, podcasts and interviews for $4.95 a month or $60 a year. And the YouTube channel is just Jay Dyer, I think. If you just type it in, you can find my channel pretty easy. And I try to do something video related at least once a week. And I try to write articles once a week, and then most days doing somebody's podcast or interview, so you can find a lot of material. I think there's over 1,000 posts at Jay's now.
I'm gonna go to Jay Dyer. I'm gonna search YouTube for Jay Dyer to subscribe to his channel, and then I'm gonna go to Popeye.com. I keep freezing my screen. So I want jaysanalysis.com and Down the Rabbit Hole or Popeye.com radio, PopeyeRadio.com. Maybe I did it wrong.
Bluetooth pairing.
How's that work? Yeah. Permanent family. Forever family. Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Moto.
Bluetooth connected. Bluetooth pairing.
I'm trying to get to rabbithole.radio or popeyeradio.com. I can't get anywhere.
Bluetooth connected.
I can't believe how cool this is! Where have you been all my life? Living in Nevada with such a hot climate.
I'm sorry. Somebody hurt ya when you were younger. But why'd you take it out on me? Now you know worse than you see. I forgive ya. It's not your fault, you're so freaking evil. Spreading lies about you and me. Tore it down, made it seem easy. What's the way to heaven? Now you found the way to sell it. You thought I'd lay down and die, but it's my turn now to start the fight. You're EVIL, you burn this place to hell.
I can't do internet searches. Okay, it's Rabbit Hole Radio and jaysanalysis.com. Because I can't keep restarting my phone. I'll download this and I'll upload this video in just a second.
Bluetooth pairing.
I'm gonna upload this